You've been using your fire extinguisher the wrong way. Yes, and that is why that fire is not going off. Have you ever wondered why people are using the fire extinguishers and then the fire is never going off? Or it could be even increasing? Yes, the simple reason is because they are using the wrong type of fire extinguishers for that specific type of fire or the cause of fire. Welcome to another episode of Safety with Mimi, and on today's episode we are going to be discussing the different type of fire extinguishers and their uses. Now we have different type of fire extinguishers for different type of fire. Based on the fire source, you should know the type of fire extinguishers you should aim for. Don't just aim for the fire extinguishers, but check what type of fire extinguishers it is. Identify the source of fire. Now we have the Class A, which is basically water. Class A fire extinguishers are basically water, and they are used for ordinary combustible, like your paper, like your wood, like your clothing. This is effective against fire involving everyday material like this. Then we have the Class B. Now, Class B fire extinguishers are chemicals. Now, dry chemicals, they are used for flammable liquid, like your gasoline, like your oil, like your paint, and it's effective against fire involving liquid or gases. Now, when there's a fire, maybe in a gas station or involving gas in your kitchen, this is the type of fire extinguishers you should use, the Class B type of fire extinguisher. Number 3, we have the Class C extinguisher. Now, the Class C fire extinguisher is for electric fires. Now, electrical fire extinguishers, it is used for electrical fire when there's a fire involving maybe your computer, maybe your electrical appliances at home, maybe a socket or your AC catch fire suddenly in the office. You go for the Class C. So when you're aiming for the fire extinguisher, you should make sure it's Class C fire extinguisher. That is one that you use and is effective against such kind of fire. Don't use Class A. If you in this situation, when you use Class A fire extinguishers, it won't quench the fire won't go off. But that specific one for that type of fire. Then we have Class D. The Class D fire extinguisher is a specialized dry powder, and it's used for combustible metal like your magnesium, titanium. It's effective against fire involving specific metals. Class D fire extinguishers for those metals when you there's a fire maybe in a store where it's involved chemical storage, where you keep your chemicals, or a company where they use those chemicals, they should use Class D. We have the Class K extinguisher, which is a wet chemical. Now this is used for cooking oil or grease. Now suddenly maybe you're frying something up, then there's a fire, or you're using oil in the kitchen, then there's a fire erupts. You are to use the Class K fire extinguishers because that's what it's used for, cooking oils and greasy fires. This is basically used for like there's a fire maybe in the big kitchen and an eatery where food is being made every now and then. Oils are being used, greasy oils are being used. That is the one you should use. Then finally, we have the multipurpose fire extinguishers. Now the multipurpose extinguisher combined is called the ABC dry chemical extinguisher, effective against Class A, Class B, and Class C. And that is why it is called multipurpose, because for all these different type of fire, either it's combustible like paper, wood, either it's electrical, these purpose fire extinguishers will work for it. That is why it's multipurpose, and it should be the most ones you should have. If you're going to have just one in your office or in your home, the multipurpose fire extinguishers is the one you should have, so that it will cater for different fire that you have at a different time. Always remember, identify the fire type before using an extinguisher. Now, before you aim for the extinguisher, be sure that you've identified what is the cause of the fire. Is it an electrical fire, or is it just a combustible paper fire? Use the correct extinguisher for the specific fire. Follow the PASS method, which is the pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. Now, when you're using a fire extinguisher, as you pull the fire extinguisher's head, you aim at the fire, you squeeze, and then you sweep. That is how you use your fire extinguishers. You evacuate and call for the fire department if you're unsure or if the fire is too large. Always inform your fire service or fire department. As you are aiming for your fire extinguishers, make sure someone is calling the fire department or the fire service to inform them of the fire. Always stay safe and be prepared for different type of emergencies. Now you know, fire.